shagging, the body bagging, man, niggas are dying, mamas are crying, casket buying, who me dying, leave my family crying. I don't know what caused them, blood bath and shower. What's up, Comic Haul aficionados, Comic Haul fiends, and Comic Haul fans? This is Raximus Rogue coming at you from Central Valley. I'm back with another stack, trademark, copyright Nate G. Just wanted to show off some books that I got over the last couple of weeks. As I've been saying before, pickings are really slim. Everybody's specking, everybody's buying comics. Luckily, a couple of hauls ago, I alluded to the fact that I was able to find a personal dealer selling this collection. Got some great deals, got one of my personal grails that I'll show off later, and just keep going back to him to get my fix. This is haul's a little combination of meeting with him, stores, and online purchases. I don't know if you guys know, or can tell from some of my hauls, but I go on little runs of things I want to complete and things I want to collect, and I just kind of tend to focus in on that until I get a big chunk of that out of the way, and then I'm off to the next thing. One of the things that I had been trying to collect lately is the Gen 13 run of J. Scott Campbell, which I completed most of it. There was just a couple of variants and a couple of other things that I wanted to add to my collection to augment what I already have, and one of them was this this Gen 13 box that was released when the comic first came out. There was 3 different Gen 13 boxes. There was a Jim Lee, an Alex Garner, and a J. Scott Campbell. I was able to find this Jim Lee sealed box, $543 out of $2,500 for under $100. Being a completist or just being a collector, I also wanted to know what was exactly in the box, or I just wanted to have what was in the box open already. And it turned out, upon doing some research, it was just all these Gen 13 #1 variant covers, and all of them are here. This is obviously the blank variant. I believe a CBSI article highlighted this as the very first blank cover, do-it-yourself sketch cover to come out. I can't prove that, but I will take their word for it. More covers in that a second box that I bought was another Gen 13 #1, the Brady Bunch variant of Gen 13 #1, this heavy metal, I guess homage, another Gen 13 #1 done by Campbell, another Gen 13 #1, I don't know who did this. Yet another one that kind of looks like Sandman, I believe it was trying to go for. Another Gen 13 #1, which I don't know what this is an homage to. The Janet Jackson homage or homage. Another Gen 13 #1. Another Gen 13 #1. And the one thing that I wanted was this chromium cover J. Scott Campbell Gen 13 #1. I think this book alone goes for $20 to $40. The whole box was about $100, and if you buy most of these variants individually, they're anywhere from $5 to $8. It was worth it for me just to add them all at the same time to my collection without having to look for them. I think the last one was a McFarlane homage. So I think I pretty much got what I wanted out of the Gen 13 run. I believe somebody in CBSI collects newsstand variants. I'm not going to take it that far. I'm good enough with what I have. I think what's coming up next is just a couple of mail hauls that I collected. The first one was this Phoenix Resurrection variant. I believe when these first came out, it was thought that this was going to be the 1 in 100 variant, and the website had them going for $4. I guess they sold out in a matter of days. I jumped on it because, as everybody else, I'm assuming, thought this was going to be the 1 in 100 variant. Lo and behold, a version was put out. This Art Gem version was put out. Put this one as a regular cover, and I ended up buying 3 of them.
Another mail haul was again a mainstay in my hauls is Adam Hughes Power Girl stuff. I don't know why, but I keep buying these covers. This was about $8 to $9 shipped. Another mail haul was a hit and a miss. I actually have been on a J. Scott Campbell G.I. Joe, I guess, hunt also, and I actually found the Scarlet, a JLA Scarlet or a G.I. Joe Scarlet book, usually for $130. I was able to find one online for $90. Browse this individual store. He had Astonishing X-Men 43, Emma Frost, Adam Hughes or Art Adams cover, as well as another cover, as well as these four. This J. Scott Campbell Oz #1, Savage Dragon newsstand, and these near mint, almost mint Wonder Woman 188 and 189. Kind of upset when I opened the package. Things were not as advertised. These had a little bit more defects than were advertised, at least the Xenoscope one and the Savage Dragon, but they were still a good price, and I was willing to overlook the damage on these. Again, this 88 and 89 were perfect, so I kept those, but the other four books had major damage that was not alluded to in the description, so I had to send them back, and means I'm currently on the hunt for that Scarlet J. Scott Campbell G.I. Joe Danger Girl variant. This was actually, that'll go somewhere else. Another mail haul that I got, or another person that I like to collect, is Guillaume March. I went crazy over the Superboy 2 variant with Poison Ivy, and I've been trying to collect some of his other variants, specifically Power Girl 3, 4, 5, and the hard to find 6. I was lucky enough to come by those two of each of the, 1 of 3, 1 of 4, 2 of 5, 2 of 6 for $5 each in Santa Rosa about 5 years ago. I didn't know who did the cover at the time. I just knew that I liked what I saw, and I picked them up. Lo and behold, they blew up and they popped. That being said, I have been looking to collect other Guillaume March covers, and I didn't realize that he did the first 12 issues of Catwoman. And in this series, he delivers well. I can't say he always delivers. He actually did a couple of books on Red Hood and the Outlaws recently, and those covers left a lot to be desired. But again, Catwoman is a whole different story. I was able to find this is my first lot of Catwoman 1 through 11 I bought. I have 1 or 2 other lots coming for really cheap, but again, Guillaume March, he did cover. This lot actually came with 2 number 1s. A number 2 that's a little banged up, which, you know, I guess I'll buy from a local LCS. Number 3, good cover. Number 4, another great cover. Number 5, I mean, look at that detail in Catwoman. I can't say enough about his art. Number 6, this style was a little bit of what the Red Hood and the Outlaws was going towards, and I didn't really like it. So for me, this cover is alright, but it completes part of the set. Catwoman number 7, Catwoman number 8. Oh, some other stuff, because 1 through 8, yeah. So again, I'm a really big fan of Guillaume March, and I'm glad I added those Catwomans to my collection. I will be adding a couple of more runs. I'm a collector, I'm a hoarder. I like to have 1, 2, and 3 copies of everything. So I will be adding his full run 1 through 12, at least 1, maybe 2 other sets. Something else I was able to get, jump on the bandwagon on, were these Matina Spawn variants. I believe it's Spawn 180 or 280. I was able to snag not 1 but 2 virgin covers, and not 1 but 2 regular covers. I just thought it was, I mean, as everybody did, it is a great cover. I actually had problems logging on when I bought these. I bought them through Scorpion Comics, and I actually had to buy them individually, a little bit of a markup. But he was a good dude. He actually combined shipping for the 4 additional orders, and these ended up, I think they were 20 to 25. I ended up paying, I think, 30. And all 4 of them are near mint plus, so I'm extremely happy with them. I know I should sell 2 because I'm getting a little tight on money, but I'll probably end up keeping all 4. Another quick mail grab was this Delato Red Sonja number 3. I just somebody had mentioned it in the haul. I saw it for cheap, shipped, so you know I picked it up. Another quick little score was just a comic shop. Me and my wife were in Livermore, California. They have one comic store that's overrun with stuff, and this was just some stuff I wanted to pick up. Phoenix Resurrection, Jenny Frieson variant, $15. At the time it was going for $25. And I thought I had read that this Batman Who Laughs first printing was going for $20 to $30. I should have confirmed it because it wasn't, but I still think it's a good ad. This is actually the origin of the Batman Who Laughs, and I think would be a good pair with Teen Titans 12, which I have 2 of, or even Metal 3, which I don't have any. So again, these are, I think they're going to be key issues. The origin of the Batman Who Laughs. And again, these are in really great condition. And another book I got was this Deadpool Now number 13. Some of these Deadpool books are kind of sneaky. They command $5, $10, sometimes $15. I think this Deadpool with the Fro book actually it is a $10 to $15 book, and it was cover price. Also, for some reason, numbers 15, 16, 17, 18 in this series as a set also command a $40 to $50 price tag. It's Deadpool, Wolverine, and Captain America teaming up. Again, some of the heat might be off of it, but last I checked, it was a good set to have. But again, Deadpool with the Fro, who doesn't like that? The next couple of books I have are from a show that I went to, a local comic show. Don't really expect much from this show. I actually didn't spend much, but I did cash in a whole bunch of credit that I had. You know, these little shows in Modesto, they don't do much. Again, one of these shows was the one that I found this personal dealer that was selling his stuff for really cheap, and I'll show some of that stuff off later. But the following show, he wasn't there. Thank God, I was able to go through his stuff, and it was back to the same old regular stuff. All this next stack is dollar issues that I picked up. Not bad stuff. I mean, Gen 13 or Gen 14, I guess, number 24, J. Scott Campbell cover. These are all just fillers to fill my run. Gen 13 number 6, Jim Lee cover. This is actually Gen 13 25 Campbell cover, but this is the bagged edition. I was looking at this on eBay. Oh, this is open. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh well. I guess I still need an opened one, but at least this is one of the covers to complete the set. I got actually this Gen 13 number 1 for $1. Some people ask $10 to $15 for it. I personally think it's a $4 or $5 book. I had paid $15 for it before, never again. Gen 13 number 1. Gen 13 number 12, although I have 2 of these, this is my 3rd copy. I really think this is a very, very underrated cover. Fairchild and an awesome pose, and why not? I also found these for $1. This is actually Iron Man 304 or 304 and 305. This was actually the first Hulkbuster armor. All the heat is off of these. These aren't worth more than $1 or $2, but I do have a copy. They're a little ratty, and I thought for $2 I'll upgrade. The other was just a Iron Man Venom cover that sometimes can be had for $5 or $6. You know, another good ad for $1. Harley Quinn book. I don't know if you remember these, but this is Harley Quinn Annual number 1. When these first came out, there were 2 different editions. There was the United States edition that featured the little marijuana plant, and there was one that featured a Christmas tree. I don't know if these are hard to find or not, but I never got it, so now I did. This book, Thor number 2, I just basically added because it's a Delato cover, and it was $1. Actually, Thor number 3, I added this because this story is fucking awesome, and I know I cut down on cussing, but I had to say that this story is worth a read. This story takes place after Civil War, in which Tony developed Ragnarok, I believe, the Thor clone. And this issue is Thor coming back, giving Tony the business for basically cloning him. It's a supremely written issue, and you know, Thor just goes at him and basically tells him, yo, you're a dude in a tin can, I'm a god. What? If you're looking for a great single issue read, this is it. When I bought this at the con, I reread it and I realized how good this story was. Straczynski's on the penning and Coppell is on the art. Very good issue to read. Deadpool Wolverine cover for $1, Wolverine 88. Divergent #1, the first appearance of Grail. I think another good ad for $1. Green Lantern Zero, first Simon Baz. Thundercats J. Scott Campbell cover. Ultimate #1. This is actually a Mad variant that I didn't mind adding, that I don't have in my collection. And something that I was really impressed about were these Thanos Imperative books. I know when Thanos made his appearance in the Avengers movie, these actually heated up, and I got the set for $1 each. So this is Thanos Imperative Ignition, Thanos Imperative #1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Thanos Imperative Devastation. I think what I might eventually do is pair this with a Infinity Gauntlet 1 through 6 and a Thanos Quest 1 and 2 first print, and just kind of have a Thanos Mega Pack. Maybe that'll, you know, command a premium. It could be Thanos Mega Set. So, and again, good finds I think for $1. Still from that same show was a couple of books that I got. I believe these were the first 4 that I got. I believe these four books cost me, I believe, $14. It was basically half of what they had advertised. So Amazing Spider-Man 10, McFarlane cover, Spider-Man and Captain America, with Sony lending Spider-Man to Marvel. I think this cover has a chance to do well. Adam Hughes, Betty and Veronica cover for $2.50. Deadpool Max #1 for $4, and another great McFarlane cover, Marvel Age #90. I believe I did a no love article about that, and I'm glad to add this to my collection for $2.50. A couple of other books that I got. Let me see, for I believe $2 was this Warlords of Mars, I'm sorry, #2, J. Scott Campbell cover. Batman Shadow the Bat 93. It has a Harley Quinn on the cover. Another book that I was glad to find was this Witchblade 87, Adam Hughes cover. J. Scott Campbell and Adam Hughes both have a couple of late covers in the series, and my goal is to collect them. This was another good ad for $2. Last books I got at the show were all from trade. There's a dealer there that that takes a lot of stuff off my hands, that gives me good prices, that we help each other out. I don't know if you remember from one of my other hauls that, you know, I helped him out with some Batgirl #1, second and third printings for what I bought, and you know, he gives me good deals. He's always taking stuff off my hands that I don't really want. Yeah, just kind of helping me thin my collection. Hellboy is featured in Dark Horse Presents 88, 89, 90, and 91. He had the other 3. They were a little ratty. This was an awesome shape with a nice bright white cover. Another book that I'm always looking to add was Amazing Spider-Man 601, J. Scott Campbell cover. This was a pretty penny. I believe this was $40. I didn't pay anything because it was all trade that I got. I think it was up to $800 or $700 in trade for him, and this is all stuff that he can sell, but you know, it was kind of hard to get rid of on eBay or whatnot. So for me, these are all wins. Amazing Spider-Man 430 Carnage cover. I got this for $25, but again, I didn't pay anything. And last but not least, this I actually paid 20 bucks for from another dealer. Moon Knight number 57, Stephen Platt, Spider-Man, and Moon Knight cover. I just think it's a great ad. It was in very near mint condition, so you know, I'll add to my collection. Last but not least are books that I was able to add from the personal dealer, my honey hole, my Grail provider. I actually want to showcase one of my Grails, something I paid a lot of money for. I think I'll show that off in another video because I kind of wanted to do a quality video instead of the quantity. This is more quantity. Well, he charged me a certain price and I said, hey, why don't you please give me, if I'm going to pay this price, why don't you give me $100 just to pick up random stuff from your collection that could fill mine. So basically I went from paying a lot of money to a lot of money minus 100, because I think all of these are quality ads, and this is basically all these are what I got for quote unquote free, but in reality for everything that's coming next I paid about $100. So this Fathom number 9 variant, he had it marked at 12 bucks, and most of these I didn't haggle. Again, Fathom number 9 for 12 bucks. This Mac cover, Justice League Brightest Day number 45 1 in 10 variant, he had it marked at 5 bucks. I believe this goes for 20, 30, or 40 bucks. I'll take it all day. I always like to get these weird little obscure inserts. This was I believe a Dallas Times Herald insert. He marked it as fine. I thought it was a lot better, but again, another $5 ad. I thought this cover was really good. It was a World's Finest number 177 with Lex Luthor and Joker teaming up. This was something that he had marked down for 25 bucks. It's in really good condition. Has a little bit of a staple, something through the staples, but you know, overall something that I'm glad to have. Another book that he had was this Mr. Miracle number 15. This is actually the first appearance of Shiloh Norman. This is a near mint $15 ad, something I don't mind. Another cover that I really like was this Mark Silvestri Ultimate Avengers 2 Ghost Rider cover. It's a $5 cover, and that's pretty much what it goes for on eBay, but I think this is awesome. He actually did another Ghost Rider cover that's done really well, and I know I have it in my collection, but again, just if it's good art, again, I'll collect it. Marvel Features Marvel Premiere Features number 38. This is actually the first appearance of Weird World. I love first appearances. I'm a junkie, so again I added it for $5. Emperor Joker number 1. This is not necessarily a variant, but just something that used to go for a pretty penny. This is just a one-shot in the Emperor Joker story that I really, again, I like the cover. So again, this was a $4 ad. Ultimate X number 1, the first appearance of James Logan. This isn't the sought-after cover, but for $4 I'll take it off his hands. The next couple are a couple of 1 in 25 Batman variants, Batman number 9 and Batman number 8. I believe this one was $8, this one was $6, all in near mint condition. I thought this was a really good ad for $5. I don't know if this is a first Court of Owls or not, but you know, it's a great variant. Wolverine number 80, the first X-23, $4. And I don't mean to pat myself on the back, but this is something that I wrote about a very long time ago. I believe I was the first to bring it to light, so yeah. And just another Michael Turner cover, Tomb Raider number 1. This was $5. I thought, yeah, why not? So these are all the things that I got at cost, and these next books are all books that I was able to add for, I believe, 50 cents each. So I'm happy with these, and you'll see why. I'm trying to complete an Invincible run, and this is gonna help me convince that fill that run. Invincible 103. Hold on. Invincible 102. And again, if it's cheap enough, I'll rescue a Michael Turner cover. Supergirl number 2, Michael Turner. Supergirl number 3, Michael Turner. Superior number 1. Again, I don't know if this is ever going to have heat, but for 50 cents, why not? Another cool cover I liked was Supergirl number 14. And I believe these covers, actually, these next two covers together are really unsung. Supergirl 79 is an homage cover to, obviously, Infinite Crisis. This $5-10 on eBay, sometimes 15. This Supergirl 80 is just the last issue of that run, and it's a cover done by John Romita. I don't know why this doesn't go for more, but I thought good ads for 50 cents. Another J. Scott Campbell cover for 50 cents. Tomb Raider 1/2. This J. Scott Campbell Superman Saga for 50 cents. More Invincible stuff. And this book is actually something that a lot of people don't know about. It's 52 week 36. It actually has the origin of Power Girl with some internal stuff done by Adam Hughes. It's actually him doing internal pages, which I don't think we've seen in a while. There's another issue of 52 that has this, but this is one of them, and again, for 50 cents, I thought, why not? A Green Arrow 45. This is the first appearance of Speedy, again, 50 cents. Young Avengers, I forgot I had gotten these, but this is actually just an early, I'm trying to complete a run of Young Avengers, just another book to add to the collection. Supergirl 8 for 50 cents. And my crowning achievement for 50 cents was Green Lantern number 9 variant. This is, depending on the day of the week and the time of the month and the month and the year, this is a $20-$30 book. It could be a $50-$60 book. But again, I got that for 50 cents. Again, I know a lot of this stuff was kind of throw-in stuff, but again, if I ever decide to sell it, which I don't know, I know I'll make more than my money back, so I'm happy with it. So that's my haul, and I'm sticking to it. I hope you guys like it, and like I always say, stay out of my backyard, fellas.